Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well, hope you're staying safe. Today, as you can tell by the title, I am doing the first video in my Vacterl Association series, or Vater syndrome series. If you don't know what Vacterl Association is, it is a very rare syndrome that I have, and if you can tell by my channel, a lot of the videos that I share with you guys are how I live my life living with this syndrome, living with a physical disability, living in an apartment by myself, living, in Toronto in a city, working part-time, all that stuff. I try to be very open and honest with you guys about my life, about the things that I go through day to day, because this is my real life and I want you guys to know that you are not alone. So that being said, I got like 20 pages of notes here, but what we're actually going to be doing is we're going to be doing this in parts. So this is part one, as you can tell. So this is going to be the general overview of what Vater syndrome is, or Vacterl Association. I will be talking about the acronym because it is an acronym, and just quickly telling you, not quickly, but telling you what of the acronym is, and I will also mention what characteristic from the acronym, like which one I have, and if you guys want more information, you want me to delve more information as to, my experience, or what I mean, like if you want me to go in more detail about it, I will obviously do that. But so this is obviously, like I said, the general part one. Part two is going to be focusing on the first letter, which is the V for the vertebrae, and so on and so forth. So there's going to be quite a lot of videos. I'm also going to be doing what it's like living and growing up with a disability, going to school, etc., etc. I want your suggestions down in the comments. Please, because this syndrome, I've been receiving so many kind and so many comments about parents and grandparents that their kids or grandkids have been diagnosed, and one of my goals in my life is to share what I know and my experience, so that you don't ever feel alone, and that's why I film these videos. So yeah, and I apologize for my appearance. It's Saturday, we're just taking it easy, we're just relaxing, and I'm gonna go through what Vacterl Association is, and go through the acronym from the, go through all the letters from the acronym, and just tell you briefly what each one is about, and let's get started. So, I also need to say I am not a doctor by any means. If you think you have any of these, if you feel unsure, if you notice something in your body, you feel something, you don't feel right, please go to your doctor. I am not a doctor. I am not a medical profession. This is only my research, my experience, what I have found out. So please take what I say with a grain of salt. Yeah, because I am obviously not an expert. Some people will say I am an expert with the syndrome. I am not. I am learning every single day. But please take what I say with a grain of salt, and go see your medical profession if you have any concerns about anything. And so a lot of my information is from the website. Two main websites that I usually go to is the Mayo Clinic, and this one is the clevelandclinic.org is where I got my information from. But obviously, if you look it up, you're not going to find that much information. There's not that much known about it. It's such a rare syndrome. It affects one baby in between 10 to 40,000 babies. It's so rare, but I have been noticing in my comments here that there are quite a few, and Yeah, it's so rare, but it is there. So yes. Another thing I do want to mention, it is not a genetic thing. It's not something that's like hereditary, that is runs in the family. It does not. It is mainly one person. So if I have a baby, chances are they will not have the syndrome. They may have some sort of health issues, but they will not have the syndrome. Hopefully, knock on wood, knock on all the wood. But just so you know, like, it's very rare for more than one person in the family to have the syndrome. And it also, in my notes, it says, it also can occur, it's been noticeable, it's frequently found that a lot of women who have diabetes, that's, if the mother has diabetes, that's kind of, I don't want to say the trigger, I don't want to say what happens, but if the mom has diabetes, and my mom was a diabetic, and she had diabetes since she was 21 years old. She had me at 28. And yeah, so she was a diabetic, so yeah. And one day, when I don't think they really can tell when they do an ultrasound if there's anything different about the baby. They might notice little things. They might say, hey, like the heart small. When you go for an ultrasound and they notice certain things, they'll notice, but it's not always, they don't always see it until the baby is born. I think my mom said, well, I was in her stomach, they did notice my arm or something like that. But it was never until I was born that they realized how bad everything was. Like, immediately I was taken to Sick Kids Hospital. I was born in Scarborough General Hospital, brought all the way down to Toronto, into the steps into the city of Toronto, Sick Kids Hospital, for my first heart surgery, 24 hours old. And yeah, so that was kind of like the domino effect of like when everything started to happen. So let's start with some of the acronyms. So the first one is V for Vater's, of the Vater syndrome, and that is the vertebrae. So the vertebrae is basically your back, your spine. You can have curvature. From my very first Vater syndrome video I posted 5 years ago, I had said that they think that scoliosis was something that I would be possibly develop, and that's when I started getting tested for it, and I do have scoliosis. Basically, your spine's like curved over a little bit. I've been quite lucky that it hasn't gotten extreme. I try to do some like exercises. I try to wear like I don't want to. It's like one of those belt things you wear, like to sit like straight, like stand straight. I sometimes wear that at work just to help, because when I'm obviously working at cash, I'm bent over a lot. And then when I'm working on my bed on my computer, I'm bent over a lot. So I do wear a back brace sometimes to help with the spine. It could be your spine is malformed, missing a tailbone, rib abnormalities. So it could be missing. You have extra. They could be fused. They could be split. There's so many things. And then A is anal intestine. So that's basically your internal intestines are basically like your bowels and stuff like that. It's basically not developed properly, affect the shape of the intestine that leads into your anus, basically. So it's basically just a lot of like internal intestine kind of stuff. C is for cardiac. Cardiac can mean any kind of heart problems. There's a whole bunch. I have cardiac problems. I've had heart problems since like, the day I was born. I will still have them. I'm going to go depth into this in a December video, but anything regarding the heart, so cardiac. The next one is, I have a lot of notes, guys. The next one is, I don't know because I don't know where my notes are. T&E. So that is the trachea and esophagus. So it's basically, your throat. So basically, it can mean that they are, what is it? And my notes are kind of messy. So it says like commons when they are not connect, like they don't connect where they should be. You're not eating properly, you're not breathing properly, you're not having problems swallowing, all that stuff. So that is like the trachea and esophagus. And then R is renal, so that's anything kidney related. I only have one kidney. I was born with a shell. They didn't remove it. They didn't touch it at all because they didn't see any problem until I don't know how long later. Then they found out that the shell was infected because I got very, very sick. The shell was infected, so they had to remove the shell. And that my other kidney, well, it was working, just not 100%. And that's 34 years later. I'm still here, so obviously I'm doing something right. But I hope. So that is renal, R. And then we have the last letter of the acronym, and that is L for limb. So limb can mean anything, but basically, from what I was reading on the Cleveland website, the hospital website, it talked a lot about the radius bone, and that was the first time I heard a lot that the radius bone is one of the main things for the limb characteristic in it. And it talked about like radius and limb. So it was like anything like, so this is like the radius, right? Like, I don't have my radius bone. Okay. This is what I have. This is my arm. I have my elbow, but I don't have my radius bone, and I don't have a thumb. So obviously you can tell everything on this side is affected. So I don't have my radius, I don't have my thumb, and I have like webbed fingers. If I know how to edit, again, I will insert some x-ray photos that I got right here. If that worked, then you saw the x-rays. I showed them in my first video, and you guys seemed to like it, and kind of shows you like what it looks like, kind of cool in a way. I'm always amazed every time I look at them, like, ooh, like that's kind of cool. My art's so cool. Like, yeah, so it's kind of like, it's a weird disability, and obviously I had those moments where I just rather be normal and stuff, but then I'm like, you know what? I feel like I wouldn't be doing the things I'm doing now if it wasn't for the syndrome. I wouldn't be hearing it. I wouldn't be able to help people. Hopefully I'm helping somebody. I truly hope that this helps somebody. I also forgot to mention, with the spine thing, I believe my neck has something to do with it too, so as you could tell, I have a very short, stubby neck. I can't turn it all the way around, so that's one of the things I forgot to mention. my neck, and that's something that everybody talks about. So it was very, very funny. So after I went through all of the characteristics that I know of, down at the bottom of the page, it talked about some of my unspecific symptoms, and one of them was I normally hate ears, and I definitely have that. So my ears, this one and that one, and and then another thing with asymmetrical ears. My face is lopsided. Difficulty breathing out of the nose. It's difficulty for me breathing in general, to be honest with. No, I'm kidding. Honestly, I feel like my nose. Yeah, I have, but I do have a cough palate as well, so I'm sure that affects it too. And then the last thing, I think one of the last things, the last couple things with a fixed spinal cord, so like tethered spinal growing slower than normal. Okay, listen. I remember growing up, and my parents thought that I would be the tallest in the class, because I was in grade 6, and I was like the tallest almost, besides the boys, because I was like 5'2", 5'3". I haven't grown. I'm still 5'2". I think I shrunk. I think I'm 5'2", 5'1" now. I haven't grown. I don't grow. Everybody's taller than me. Intestines growing out of the body. Now this one I haven't heard much about. I'm sure it is a thing. Obviously it would be listed as one of the characteristics. And then the last one is a narratitis or voice box. A narrow voice box. I don't know about that one. I don't know how you would know that. I should have looked that up, but I don't know. But yeah, so that's kind of like what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I hope this kind of gives you like a bit of a rundown of each of the characteristics. The reason why I'm filming these videos too is because I work at the cashier, and obviously, so that means I'm out in public all the time, and a lot of the customers are really, really nice, because I've been working there for about 4 years, living here for about 4 years too, so I know a lot of the people. You know, we're all basically family. Like, I go down the street, hey, how's your daughter, how's your son, you know, they know me, I know them, so a lot of people are very, very kind. But then you get some of these people and they ask you, does your arm hurt? Does it hurt? How did that happen? Did you get in a car accident? Like, were you in an accident? What happened to you? Like, and it's like, I don't understand. Like, I've never gone up to somebody and been like, I don't think I know them, and I'm like, hey, you broke your arm. What'd you do? Fall downstairs? Like, did you pull a Like, I always fall downstairs. If you ask Ryan, I fall down the stairs so many times. It's a bit ridiculous. Like, me and the stairs, we don't get along. Like, that would be the only time I'd ask. If I know somebody and I'm like, hey, you broke your arm, like, are you okay? Like, what do you need? Like, you know, stuff like that. But if somebody, like, I've never had the thought to go up to somebody who's disabled, you know, whether they're using a walker, you know, or, you know, they look different. I'm like, hey, what happened to you? Does it hurt? Like, were you in an accident? Like, no, use your head. And that's why I want to create these videos, and that's what I'm going to keep saying in all of these, because I want you guys to know that this, my page, is a safe space for you, and I hope that you can feel that here. You know, I might make jokes, I might, you know, make sarcastic comments sometimes, but honestly, I've been living with this for 34 years, and, you know, it's a trial and error. I'm learning every single day what I can and cannot do. and that's why I like doing these videos, and I want to share my life, and I hope that you guys get something from this, even if it's a little bit of information. I will be posting these every Monday, so please make sure you are subscribed. So next Monday is going to be the first of the acronym, and I'm just going to talk about each letter of the acronym and go into a little bit more detail of that I can find. Some of them I don't have, so I'm not going to really discuss much on it. But anything that I do have in those videos, I will talk more. Like, for example, like, the vertebrae, I'll go more into detail about that. For the cardiac, I'll go more in detail. That's why I didn't go into detail about it when I spoke about it. The kidney, I can go more into detail. Also, it gives me more chance, because I'm going to go and ask my grandma some information too, and see if she remembers anything from when I was sick in the hospital and all that. And yeah, I just truly, I hope these videos find the person that they're meant to find. And like I said, please know that this is a safe space. If you need me at any point, and I forgot to put this in one of my last videos in the description, and I'm so sorry. Now that I made a mental note, I'm going to do it, and that is I will be putting my email in the description. So if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, if you don't have Instagram, if you don't have TikTok, whatever social media I have in the description, you can go ahead and email me. If I don't respond to you quickly, it's not because I'm ignoring. I just got a lot of stuff going on, but I will try my best to email you back and all that. Also, I have a Discord. I do have a Patreon, which is kind of how you would get into the Discord, but it is a safe space over there. So if you want to join the Discord and speak privately, you can certainly do that. I will give you the link if you ask for it. Just go ahead and leave me a comment, and I can get that to you. I just want you guys to know that you're not alone, and that you have a place to feel warm and protected. So yeah, and also I want you guys to know that if you ever feel that you can't talk to me, or you want another person's opinion, I'm pretty sure Ryan would not care. I'm gonna link Ryan's TikTok down below for you. I'm gonna link his Instagram and his Discord as well. He does have a Discord called The Community, and the TikTok is The Community as well. And it is a space where we, and you and I and everybody who are there, can feel safe. And, if you play video games, if you, want to read, I have a book club going on my Discord, and I'm also, it's kind of like a dual thing, so I'm doing it for my Discord and his. So if you want to join a book club too, and there's a lot of chat, make friends, and everybody's just so kind of welcoming. So I'm sure if I ask Ryan, I know I don't have to, but I will ask him anyway. He will be honored to have his information down in the description as well, if you guys would like to, have somebody from his perspective, because he's seen me, we lived together, obviously, we dated for so long. I've known his family, I went to school with brother Billy, so I've known him for quite a long time, so he knows a lot, and he's helped a lot with stuff. So, so I just wanted to say that, but make sure to check the description. I love you guys so much, and I hope this helps you, and I hope that you will come back for my next video. These Vater Syndrome videos will be going up every Monday, and I would love for you to subscribe so you don't miss out, I will also have a video going up on Wednesday and on Friday, possibly Saturday. I have been filming a lot and I'm excited to get back into filming and posting for you guys. And I just feel like I have a lot of stuff to share and a lot of stuff that's happening behind the scenes. So I'm excited. Life is tough, but we're moving forward. And yeah, this video is like 25 minutes. I didn't mean it to be this long. I love you guys so much, and I hope that this helped at least one of you. And I will see you in my next video.